everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got a very special guest today. It's been over 3 years, I think. Since 2017, since you've been on the channel. So you was like the first guest on the channel.
Yep.
So guys, this is Chris, aka Big C, big WWF Hasbro collector. He's come over to my house today. Obviously, we're not abiding to the rules really, like the 2 metre.
We've given up on the 2 metres, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult anyway to film the 2 metres apart. Chris has come over. Obviously, anyone who's watched the previous video would have seen that I picked up a big lot on last Sunday, which included quite a few WWF Hasbro figures, and I'd already pre-selected a handful that I knew Chris needed, and Chris has upgraded quite a few as well today. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about where you've been, because you disappeared. You did disappear. You have disappeared for a couple of years from the collecting scene, and now you're back. It's probably the worst time. We're going to talk about that as well, for sure. You was the first guest on the channel, which was, I started the channel in December 2016, and I think you filmed...
Yeah, we went to London that day, didn't we? And then, so that was the day before New Year's Eve. So that was the 30th of December 2016 we did that video, the first video.
And that was about your Hasbros then?
Yeah, that was about the Hasbros. We did sort of like an intro, didn't we, in terms of... The first video was just all about wrestling collecting in general, wasn't it? And memories growing up and stuff like that about, the wrestling, so...
And obviously big, as well as Hasbro's, big elite, like myself, collector. You've got a bigger collection. You do collect obviously the basics as well, didn't you? You've got quite a lot of WWF basics as well. So, but in regards to collecting, so back then, at that point, 2017, you was investing quite heavily into toys. You've got a Terminator collection as well. You've got some Terminator collection. You've got some Hot Toys and that as well. But you kind of took about probably a 2.5 year break from it, I'd say. 2 year break.
So I went for a stage in, around the time when we did the first video, where literally I was buying endless amounts of wrestling bits and pieces. And then, like I say, really, like last couple of years, I sort of slowed down on it. I have been continuously buying the Mattels, Elites and Basics and things like that. So I probably built up a collection of about 150, 160 of them. But in terms of the Hasbros, I went mad 2 or 3 years ago trying to get the collection built, complete the collection, and then I sort of like went dead on the Hasbros, to be fair. And now,
but that was a good time to be buying, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean Hasbro, now, like I say, obviously we'll go into it in a bit more detail, but it's the in fashion thing now. Everyone seems to be on the Hasbros. So, and they're going for big money. I mean, figures that you would have got for a fiver a couple of years ago are now 30, 40 quid figures. Unfortunately
for you, especially as you're getting towards the end part now of what you need. So there's a few here. Obviously, you've got all these off of me today. You picked all these lot off me. So I've been inundated with messages from people, and like Chris said, 2-3 years ago, there weren't too many people interested in Hasbro.
No,
there wasn't. No one really. I used to have Hasbros on my stall. And like you said, I'd have, some of them I'd have 3 quid each, 4 quids on the basics, and some of these basics now are 10, 12. Some of the more sought after ones, I was looking the other day, British Bulldog, for example, is going for around £15. He's always been a pretty basic figure.
Yeah, you look on eBay, some of the prices on eBay, are crazy. They're going through the roof. And
well, we have to talk about this particular guy, because he has caused a bit of a stir. Someone I follow on Instagram put up a post the other day because there was an auction bid. I think he went for 155 loose. Now this, obviously you've got this one off me, and he is a little bit loose. He's got pretty decent paint wear, but Dusty Rhodes has always been an expensive figure compared to the rest.
He had left the WWF by the time the figures were released, so they sort of almost half pulled the plug on the amount of figures they produced of him. So only a certain X amount of thousands got out, and obviously there's not as many of him about as the others. He's rare,
but he's not unavailable, basically.
But you say that, but then he on the card, believe it or not, I've seen him on eBay for £2,500 and £3,000 on the card, mint on the card, which is unbelievable. So really, eBay is sort of a dangerous place to buy these at the minute.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you can get them in job lots, you're better off trying to do that, or if buying off someone privately off Facebook, or one of those sorts of groups. If you go on eBay, you're going to get stung for these, even the basic ones.
So another one who is not rare. It's a pretty common figure, but it's about the accessories seem to be with the money.
Well, he's a £10. He's a £10 figure. You put the crown and the scepter in his hand, and all of a sudden that becomes a 40-50 quid figure.
So that's the Macho King. So this lot that I picked up, guys, last weekend, a lot of these figures were pretty immaculate, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they're in really good condition. Because the thing is, I got to a point where I probably got about 60 to 70 Mattels. I think there's 90 odd in the full collection, and then I just stopped. Now I'm trying to piece together all the ones that I needed, really, and some of them are basic ones. But to find the ones that you've got in good condition with the accessories, like, do you want to go through that one as well?
Yeah,
which is quite a rare one as well. To find him with his accessory.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan with a flag, and then obviously the flag on the back. Again, I didn't charge you anywhere near the prices.
No, exactly. He looked after me, to be fair, for once.
But what's he going for now? Is he sort of like 50, 60?
Yeah, he's going 50. You put the flag in his hand, like I say, he goes from a £15, £20 figure. Put the flag in his hand, he becomes a £50 figure.
This is what you end up paying for,
the original accessories. Yeah. This one as well is another one.
He's another one. He's a big.
Where he's quite an expensive figure anyway. I've seen him go for about 40 quid. Buy it now on 40 quid on eBay.
And then we found out this one had his chain. We found his chain, and the chain is probably worth as much or more than the actual figure itself. Yeah. The bad guy, Razor Ramon, again, he's in really good nick, and all the actions work on these. The paintwork on some of these is really good.
Here's another one. I've seen this, believe it or not. Now, I'm not saying these eBay prices you are correct, and you're always going to, every figure goes for this. But people at the moment, like I say, where Hasbros are in fashion at the minute, it seems to be, and everyone seems to want a Hasbro collection, which is what's panicked me into doing it now. If I wait longer to try and complete the collection and wasted all my money buying the Mattels that are being released at the moment, then I'm never going to finish it. It's going to cost me hundreds and hundreds of pounds to get the last few I need. But I've seen him for £99 buy it now with the accessory. And he's in really good condition as well.
That, like you say. Realistically,
people are just chancing it. People are going on eBay, they're seeing what these things are going for, and they're just trying to elevate it. I've got into a few bidding wars with people at the moment on a couple that I needed, and ended up paying well over the odds for them. So. And
then there is a lot of common ones here, like you said, you didn't have in your collection, but they're really nice condition. We got Tatanka, El Matador, Tito Santana, Mr. Perfect, the yellow one, the Narcissist, Lex Luger, Typhoon, which is did you have and you've upgraded? Is that
he's a new one.
Oh, okay. Like you said, you didn't have a British Bulldog. He's in.
See, once again, to have a Hasbro collection of nearly 60 figures, 60 to 70 figures, but not have a British Bulldog.
Yeah.
Was pretty. I don't know why I never.
But as well, though, you don't go to toy shows.
No, I don't go to toy shows. You're not
prolific on the scene.
No, and like I say, started a Hasbro collection, gave up on it, sort of left it at 60 odd figures, and now, like I say, I'm back in the game trying to finish it, basically. This guy is unbelievably stiff. He looks like he's literally come out of the packet. He's mint. I mean, don't get me wrong. I must admit. I mean, I know we did one on camera before, didn't we? But at least 12 of the figures in my collection, I've been ripping open 30-year-old cards. Open, yeah. This guy looks like he looks like he's literally been opened and put in a box. Yeah, that's it. Some of these look like it's mad to think that you pick these up in a job lot, and a lot of them don't even look like they've been played with, do they? Yet they were kids' toys. See, mine were literally smashed to bits as a kid. They had paint damage. Last but not least, we were talking about this one, Papa Shango, who's another one who, to be honest with you, before the price hike, was always a little bit more expensive than the others. Yeah. And obviously, he's got his accessory, and we were just talking about. You were saying that in Zack Ryder, their wrestling figure podcast videos. He's not called Zack Ryder anymore, obviously. His necklace, obviously, everyone I think has always sort of said, his necklace goes over, but it's got like a handle. Is it like just like a voodoo to put in his hand? So is it both? I always thought it was a necklace. It was only till Chris just mentioned it about he's got a whole. I'm sure some Hasbro collectors are going to be watching. I personally think they settled Zack Ryder on that. I think they settled on it being both. So a necklace that he would pull off and he would use, in his hand to wave around and stuff like that. So, but once again, another really hard accessory to get hold of these days. Well, it's the accessories that go for the money, ain't it? Yeah, because you've got to think these things. I mean, you take that off him. If you look at that accessory, someone had these in a box, and you know that's 30 years old. So to keep 30 years and know where it is and not lose it and keep it with the figure collection is, and a bit like Razor Ramon's necklace as well.
Well, we didn't know Razor's necklace was with it.
No,
when
you
we
found
see
it.
the pictures,
They didn't have the accessories there.
The accessory
you found a bag,
wasn't on it. I found a bag, and $1 Million belt was in there.
Yeah.
The
Honky Tonk Man's guitar.
Yeah, Honky Tonk Man's guitar. Couple of Jake the Snake snakes, the flag, and all of a sudden, I've realised that I've gone from potentially a 15, well, probably more 20-25 figure to a 40-50 pound figure with just that tiny chain on Razor as an example. And the same as, like you say, Hacksaw. Macho King's a little bit on the cheaper side, but
going back to Dusty, do you know what I find heartbreaking when I look at this is that the money that this is going for on card. I remember it must have been late 1991. There was a Woolworths about half a mile down the road from my house. I've gone down there. These were on there on card $4.99 on the shelf, and I remember seeing a Dusty Rhodes and thinking, nah, I think I chose the second Brutus the Barber Beefcake instead of this. But you think now that if you'd have known that
we'd all be rich, wouldn't we?
There's a couple of grand there. If you'd have bought that card and just put it away somewhere, but you're just not to know that.
I don't recall having him. I had a lot of Hasbro.
The only time I ever saw him was in Wolves, and for some reason, obviously Dusty Rhodes wasn't in wrestling by the time that I see this figure. He wasn't in it anymore, and obviously, Beefcake was. So I bought a Beefcake instead. I remember leaving him on the shelf, but to have that in a local shop, literally down the end of your road, and for $4.99, I wish I got my mum to buy me one to break out the pack of every one she ever bought me, and one to keep on card and put it away for me.
No one knew.
But then you not to know they could only be worth a tenner if you'd have done that.
Well, it's like now. It's like toys now. People are saying, "Oh, what do we think is going to be worth money in 20 years, 30 years?" The problem is now is that people are a lot more clued up now than they were in 85 up until the early 90s. So
I think it's the unpredictability as well, is that you could go and buy a limited edition something, you could go and buy a toy, put it in a box, so I'm going to put that away for 30 years and that's going to be worth money. There's no guarantee.
No. It's all about, no one knows the
No
market.
one knows what is going to happen. And like you said, I think these obviously will only be as expensive as the people who live in memory that collected them are still buying them.
Yeah, because
in 50 years' time,
the people are going to want a Papa Shango, a Rick
when they weren't kids that had them.
Yeah.
So these prices, you may get to a point, in years and years to come, where you'll have to give these away because the value's completely gone.
We did say the other day though about when it comes to wrestling. So like Masters of the Universe, Mask, some of these 80s franchises, G.I. Joe, and even like the smaller franchises that were short-lived, like the Visionaries and Brave Star and ones like that. The prices have all gone through the roof. And I do believe it is a temporary thing. Now, the one thing about wrestling is it's always been there.
Yeah, it's not something it wasn't a program that started in the 80s and finished in the 80s, and it's been like this. There are fans that were kids and are still watching the product and still involved in it today.
So yeah, you've got 30, 40, 50-year-old geezers who are still watching it. I mean, I stopped watching it about 2004.
Yeah, I don't watch wrestling today. I have to live in the past, to be fair.
Well, the Attitude Era. You had that little gap in between.
Yeah, in mid-90s where it's a bit.
93 I stopped, 92, 93 I stopped watching. Hogan went to WCW, everything changed, and then about 96, late 96, 97.
Yeah, so 97 was when I got back into it, when the rise of Stone Cold and Bret Hart, the Screwjob and all that happened.
Come and
because
all
then
that,
you were watching a different product, we were teenagers then, and all of a sudden, it just started becoming pretty hardcore, didn't it? It started becoming a bit darker, a bit like, do you know what I mean?
So do we think, with regards to the prices on these, do we think it's we're in a unique time and situation in the world? A lot of people have got a lot of time on their hands. A lot of people probably have got a lot of money as well.
That's the thing. People are sitting around. You got to think. I know that a lot of people. Some people. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of them. I've still got to work. But there was people that are put on furlough. All right, you're earning 20% less money. But you got to think. So if most of the country are on furlough, getting 80%, you can't go anywhere. You can't spend anything. So you're actually probably still got more money in your pocket, being on a reduced salary, sitting at home with nothing to do.
You can't do nothing. You can't go
out. You can't go and spend your money in pubs.
All you can do is go online. And
I think that's driving the market as well. But like I say, I've been panicked into thinking, if I leave this another year before I start trying to finally finish the Hasbro, all the ones with accessories, obtaining all them, if I leave it long enough, then I think we're going to get to a point where it's going to start costing hundreds of pounds to complete, potentially.
Well, at the minute, it's become, the green cards have become unaffordable, really.
Here's the thing for me on the green cards. Like you say, I'm hoping the market will eventually drop, and that is when I'll potentially go after the green card series. I think my main priority is loose, obtain everything up to the green cards loose, all the accessories in as best condition as I can get those loose, you know, figures in. For me, like I say, who knows? The market may drop, but the green cards could go from being worth hundreds to thousands in the next couple of years, and then they become completely, you know, unattainable for me. Because I'm still a big Mattel Elite collector, and every month there's Mattels, there's Elites that I want to get, and obviously keep building that collection. So, yeah.
The green cards. 1, 2, 3 kid. What's he going for? Loose is
So
about
he's going for 3 to 400 quid, which is absolutely ridiculous. And to be fair, I'm yet to see one where the head hasn't been discoloured either. So you've got the head discolours on that figure, whether it's the sun, whether it's age, I don't know. It just deteriorates a bit, the colour of it, compared to the rest of the body. And you're seeing ones where the head is like almost white, you know, and the rest of the body has obviously still maintained its colour, and they want 400 quid for it. And you're like, well, I wouldn't even want that in my collection, let alone spend £400 on it. You know, you'd want something that resembles, you know, what the original figure looked like in as good a condition as possible. So,
well, you know as well, I had a couple of green cards, didn't I?
Yeah,
see, some of them are still...
before I got back into, like, you know, building a collection of Hasbros, I still loved the Mattels, so it was only a couple of years ago I decided to start on the Hasbros, and I sort of missed the boat, didn't I?
Because I had Adam Bomb and Evil Crush.
How much did you sell them for?
Adam Bomb I sold for, but this was quite a few years ago. In fact, I don't think I knew you then. Or if I did, you certainly weren't into collecting.
Yeah, no, I think, what year was that?
This would have been 2000 and probably late 15.
Yeah,
I'd probably been, because Irish
that shows how much
probably,
this friendship means to him. We've known each other since the beginning of 2013.
Have we?
Yeah, through work, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, through work. That's what I'm saying. You didn't collect then, no. You didn't. You weren't really.
No, I weren't massively on the collector, especially not the vintage stuff.
No, because if you were, then Evil Crush would have ended up in your hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I don't even remember, as a kid, I didn't even remember the green card series. I never saw them.
I started.
And by that point, I was done with Hasbro's by that point. You know, by mid '90s, because I think beginning of '95 the green cards come out. So I was done with Hasbro's. I think
a lot of people put word, to be honest.
They certainly weren't in like I used to buy all mine from, like I say, from my local Woolworths, so I never saw a green card series in there.
I think, if I remember rightly, because I remember picking them up in a job lot, I think I sold Adam Bomb for 40, and I think I sold Evil Crush for maybe 70.
But that's what the market was then,
That's
wasn't
what
it?
the market was then.
And that's still good money, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, bearing in mind, I mean, I paid £1 each for them, so...
Yeah.
Can't be complaining on that. But Evil Crush was, at that point, Evil Crush seemed to be more sought after than the 1, 2, 3 kid.
1, 2, 3 kid definitely seems to be the one, doesn't he?
He's the one at the minute.
Do you know who I don't see though? And you know, we're only measuring the prices of the ones that we see go up on eBay and things like that. I don't see many of the Yokozuna alternative colours that's in that series.
No.
I don't see many of them for sale. Who's to say that he might be an even bigger price if you... But
because you see the Billy and Bart guns and the what's the other guy's name? The foreign guy, I forget his name now.
Ludwig Borger.
That's it, yeah, him. You see him, he's going for about 100 loose at the minute.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a thing, people still want big money for him, and he's got missing fingers.
Yeah, because he does the slam one, doesn't he?
He's got missing fingers, which they're all the finger ones are prone to, but certainly some are more prone than others for some reason, although they're the same sort of hand moulds. But yeah, Ludwig Borger, you know, these figures aren't in even great condition. Which puts me off. If someone said to me, there's £400 for a 1, 2, 3 kid, he's in perfect condition, I would go for it. But I'm not going to buy a banged up one for 400 quid.
No.
Which is what people still want.
It's a huge amount of money.
On cards are completely I don't trust myself, people having the cards.
No, because you open them.
I open them. I could buy, you know, and now they're like, even the basic cards now are like a couple of £100, aren't they, most of them?
Some vary. I mean, you can get some for 30, 40
but
quid.
The cards are normally a bit poor, aren't they? That's the thing. I would literally, if you gave me a mint on card green series 1, 2, 3 kid, I'd probably have him in the pack for about 6 months, and then the day would come, I'd probably come home from work or something, walk in the house, I'd look at it, and I'd end up just ripping him out and flushing away hundreds of pounds down the toilet.
So how many left now? Bar the green card.
So bar the green cards, I've probably got now, if you take the green card series, how many are in the green card series? But the tag team, which obviously separate though, the new Smoking Guns, Yokozuna, Ludwig Borger, 1-2-3 Kid, Adam Bon and Evil Crush. There's 7, I think, in that series. So outside of that 7, I'm probably down now to about 5 or 6.
I know you need the Samoans, didn't you?
I need I need the Wild Samoans. I need the Bushwhackers, the alternative ones, the late ones from Series 10. I need Series 8 Bret Hart.
Razor.
I need the Purple Razor and the Undertaker in the cloth coat, and that's probably it.
Mr. Perfect?
Blue Mr. Perfect.
That's it. I remember we were on the phone the other day.
That is literally, I couldn't.
So guys, if anyone's got them, in loose, you're trying to find
preferably if you're looking to give them away, I'm your man. Other than that, like I say, get in contact with Tom if anyone wants to do a deal.
They're not too expensive.
No, like I say, I don't know why. Like Bret Hart Series 8, he's not a massively hard one to get hold of. Not massively expensive. Like I say, you'd be surprised how many basic ones I didn't have. Where I've sort of stopped and started with the Hasbros trying to build the collection back up. So, I mean, getting Dusty Rhodes is obviously a big one off the list. Because obviously he costs big money, doesn't he? So, but yeah.
So now the hunt goes on for the final dozen or so, basically.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and like I say, hopefully over the next couple of months, that's what I'll be focusing on.
You need to get yourself to a tour show.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, though.
Yeah.
But the time I left your table at the show, you weren't happy, was you?
When
I helped you at a show once, do you remember?
Oh yeah. What do you mean left? Oh,
we
left
packed up, didn't we?
Oh, you left my table. Yeah. I got him to help me at a show, and I had my own. It was like a £25 fold-up, nice table. Yeah. And he left it there, yeah.
And talking about Hasbros, there was that fella there, wasn't he? And basically I was egging him on about going through your Hasbro.
Yeah, he bought a lot, didn't he?
The more I was egging him on, the more money Tom was getting, because this geezer just kept filling his bag. And where I'm not encouraging him...
But they were like £3 then, weren't they?
They were pennies, yeah. And like I say, not great condition ones, just ones you used to throw in your cheap bin, wasn't it?
3, 2 for 5,
But this guy, I was just egging him on. Oh, look, you like them, didn't you? What about so-and-so? What about so-and-so? And literally, he was just filling this bag.
He must have took about 25 in the end, didn't he?
No, I think he gave you about 50 quid. I think he had about 50 quid to have. I think there were a couple of quid ago, and he must have taken 20 odd figures. I remember.
I think it was more than that.
You said to me that day...
I think he spent like 100.
Yeah.
I think he spent 100
Because you were saying to me, wouldn't you? You were saying... nothing. You didn't do nothing that day. You were standing around messing about.
It wasn't the greatest day, was it?
But I like to think that I got you.
It worked out right in the end. Yeah, we had some last minute spenders, didn't we? So
yeah,
because that was a bit of distance. Where was that? Alton.
That was near me.
Yeah,
that was down the road. About 10-15 miles from me. So yeah.
So, but yeah, it's obviously been good having you on. Probably won't see you for another 3 years.
No, like I say, I'm going to try and make myself more available now, and I think we should do regular updates. Like I said, I'd like to do a Mattel one with you.
What, an elite one?
Yeah, we're doing elite one.
Well, I've got to do a video on my elite collection anyway, because I'm doing obviously sections on.
Got some nice elites there. Got a nice collection there.
So I'm doing little videos. I did Gremlins. I've already filmed Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which hasn't gone out yet because I've had some copyright issues with the video, so I'm gonna do some more editing on that. My Spider-Man collection, but I will be doing He-Man, wrestling. And some of the obscure lines like behind Transformers and.
For anyone that can't see, I mean, his room is, you can't really put it into words. Really, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. There's everything you can imagine here, and yeah, it is impressive.
There's no Star Wars though.
No Star Wars. No, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
We know my thoughts on Star Wars, so
yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
It's been good having you on, mate.
Yeah, cheers for having me back.
Hasbros and all
cheers
that.
For having me back.
And you'll be coming in about a month anyway. So I'm due to today.
Yeah, tell them about the other pickup.
Yeah, today. See, I don't know when this is going to go out. This is obviously being filmed on Saturday, but this might not go out till next week. But today I'm going to do another pickup of WWF, Masters of the Universe, and Mask. Literally, when Chris goes home, I'm going to be driving to do the pickup, and there was probably 20 wrestlers.
Yeah,
lot of basics, but there is something you want in amongst it, which is the ring.
They got the ring there, it's in good condition. It's in
very good condition. We've already pre-agreed that because I know I'll get bombarded with messages, no doubt again. Some of my mates say that I shouldn't put anything on social media, but I'm like, it's a business. I'm a toy seller.
What you want to do is you do want to get everyone going and sort of wind them up. didn't you?
And say, look what I got.
Yeah, look what I've got. Not for sale, but
Not
look
for
what
sale
I've got.
yet. No. I mean,
yeah.
I had someone. I've had a few. I've had probably a dozen messages about the Hasbros, and that's not even been a week.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just hold fire, just wait a minute, because obviously
you can have the leftovers.
But there's
no bad figures in there.
No,
there's no bad figures.
There is a lot. There's probably another 40
It does make you
figures.
wonder, like I say, it does make me wonder what these people actually did with these figures. Cuddled them.
Some of them, yeah. I mean, some of these, a little bit of paint wear on some of the feet, but most of these are immaculate.
Yeah, immaculate, yeah.
Really nice condition.
So
some parents, like you say, some kids maybe had a little plan and the parents box them up, and this is where situations like I end up buying job lots. That's what ends up happening.
My mum and dad, there was nothing to box up. There was broken arms and legs.
Because you were one of them ones, weren't you?
Yeah, that's what we did. That's what we did.
I think my brother was like that as well.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. That's what they were for.
Skeletor was always missing his arms and heads and all that.
Some people some kids just play like that, don't they? That's what I was
destroy.
Like. You was like polishing yours, wouldn't you? I bet.
Well, I was collecting toys from 10. So I had toys on the shelf at 10.
So I just had boxes of them that were like literally like say just got massacred.
Ripped them to bits,
yeah.
That's why you're going back. You feel guilty. This is why you're going back, and
that's
going
it.
Back to it all. So
wish I kept some of them, but there you go.
All right, guys. Well, look, thanks for watching. Obviously, if you're watching and you ain't subscribed, please consider to do so. I might put a little link up to our old video, our very first video, if I can find it. It's way back 3.5 years ago. And guys, have a little watch of that. You'll probably see the difference in speech and everything from then, because it was obviously my second or third video I did.
Yeah, you said in the first video we ever did, I look homeless.
Oh yeah. I don't think you had a shave, did you?
No, I had a shave. I had a fluffy beard going on.
You had a little woolly hat.
I had a woolly hat going on.
Yeah, you did. You did look a bit homeless, didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't make no effort that day. So, but yeah, guys, as always, thanks for watching. All the social media links are below. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That is where it's at. That is where the sales are at. That is where the pictures are at. So make sure you follow me on them platforms, guys. Until the next video, who knows what that's going to be? I've got loads lined up in a minute. I'll see you all then.
Take care.